Hey, welcome back to the Weekly Word. We're just down below the town of Murphy here on the Valley River at a place that was famous in the Cherokee legends. This particular legend was recorded by James Mooney around the turn of the 19th century, and it's about the Great Leech. This is called the Leech Place. And before the rivers were backed up into lakes, there was a rock ledge going across the Valley River right here behind me. And the story goes that, I guess it was kind of like a foot log. You probably got your feet wet, but you could still cross the river here. But just on the downstream side of the ledge was a very deep hole. And the Cherokee says somebody came down here one day and they saw a giant leech as big as a house, as big as a Cherokee house. It was red and white, but they were scared to go there. But then after that, people started coming here and they would find their bodies downstream sometimes with their nose and their ears eaten off. Of course, that's just a legend, although I have to admit, since I've been standing here, there's been 2 or 3 big bulls in the water. I suspect it's big carp that are running, but who knows, it might be the leech. And you wonder why they made a legend like that. Well, the story goes that the Cherokee kind of quit using this place and found them a better place to cross. And if you analyze it, there may be a grain of truth in it. It may have been like it was a big deep hole, as we know. That's verifiable down below the natural rock bridge. And there is a verifiable natural land bridge under the water right there. But maybe they wanted to keep the kids away from there. Like, don't go down there, there's a monster. There's a great leech there that'll eat your nose and ears off. We'll find you dead because it got you there. And maybe they just didn't want the kids to go down there. I don't know, but it's a neat story. And the Murphy River walk here, they've built a nice little wooden walk in this section. The rest of it's concrete or gravel, but right here they've got a observation deck, I guess you would call it. Hanging out over the water. Right below me is the water, and this is the Leech Place, and they've got a board here describing it and all. Been famous for at least centuries, if not millennia, this spot here has. It's interesting to hear those old Cherokee legends like that. We like to read about them and things, but you know, the Bible's got stories in it that are just as astounding, but they're true. You know, the Bible's got stories about giants, and even one giant that was killed by a little boy with a slingshot. And the Bible's got stories about, there's one story about an axe head that flies off in the water and it swims across the water and they get their axe head back. The Bible has stories about Jesus walking through walls after his resurrection. The doors were shut and he went into the upper room, and about him traveling quickly between heaven and earth, back and forth, and about he was able to change his form on the road to Emmaus. And one story in Acts is one of the disciples, Philip the evangelist, when he baptized the Ethiopian eunuch at Gaza, he seemed to be teleported. Immediately he was found at a city far away. You know, those are wild stories, aren't they? But I believe those are true. As one preacher friend of mine says, we've got a most fascinating book there ever was. It's a message from outer space that people have been spending thousands of years trying to make it dull. And there's a little bit of truth to that. I can't prove those things are true. I just take them by faith. And that's, if I could prove it was true, there wouldn't be room for faith. Would there? The Lord, He allows you, God Almighty allows you to make that decision for yourself. Are you going to believe His book, or are you going to reject it? And that's entirely up to you. I can just tell you that I believed it. I believe every jot and tittle in it. That's every dot of every I and every cross of every T. And that was a life-changing experience for me. It's up to you whether you believe it or not. I hope that you will. But thanks for joining us on this outdoor experience out here, outdoor adventure, I should say, to the Leech Place. And we're going to look around and see what's causing all this splashing around here, because it kind of gives you a creepy feeling down here by yourself. We'll see you next time on the Weekly Word.